And welcome to press conference number 2 following game number 2 of the South Central Regional Semifinals, NCAA Division II. We now have the non-advancing team, Lubbock Christian University. On the left-hand side of the table is Tyler Rogers, a junior guard from Lubbock, Texas. On the right-hand side of the table is A.J. Lucky, a senior guard from Dallas, Texas. And in the center is the head coach of Lubbock Christian, Todd Duncan. And Coach Duncan will begin with some of your thoughts about this evening's contest.
Well, I thought we gave great energy. Our performance wasn't our best. We certainly have played better than we did tonight. You have to give Tarleton credit, I'm sure, for a lot of that. Just seemed like there was a stretch in the second half where we had read a play right, had a loose ball, couldn't secure it, 50-50 ball. They hit a three, and it just seemed like they went from maybe 2 or 4 to 6 and 8 just in a quick stretch, and really kind of stayed around the 10-point mark for the rest of the game. And, you know, we made a little run late, but just didn't have enough time left. So, you know, very proud of my team. A mixture of, you know, sadness just from it ending, but also very proud of, you know, what they've accomplished this year, and hopefully something our program can build upon.
Any questions from the floor?
Just what were the things you thought you were doing really well, you know, in the first half, and then offensively, because it seemed like you were still getting good shots all the time. And did that go away in the second half with anything Tarleton changed?
Well, I think that we were not as good at containing the ball in the second half. It seemed like Harge got more aggressive. We let him split us a couple of times. Now he's getting in the paint. And then, you know, those guys see the ball go in a couple of times. Now they get their confidence. And, you know, they had a couple late in the shot clock, tough threes, you know, which you can live with a little bit, but it's the easy baskets that they're getting in, you know, in the paint when they're splitting us. That's what I thought that where we didn't do as well in the second half as we did in the first. And I just think your offense and defense are related. If you're getting a good shot, making them work on the other end. We weren't very post-oriented. We didn't do a great job of demanding the ball in the paint. And we didn't do a great job of getting it to them when they were open. Again, I think Tarleton's pressure probably affected us. We talked about at halftime coming out being the most aggressive team, but, you know, the reality is we weren't. And I just think at the end of the game that hurt us. We couldn't get to the foul line. We couldn't, you know, score with the clock stop. We couldn't get it in the paint. We just lost our aggressiveness a little bit. I don't think we played scared or fearful. I just think that we lost our edge.
Okay. A.J., 12 points tonight on 5 of 10 shooting. You didn't 0 for 4 shooting the 3, but tell us a little bit about your game tonight, how you felt about how you played.
I mean, we always focus on attacking the paint and working inside out, and I was just trying to, you know, get to the foul line is very key in most of the games we play. And so I was just trying to get to the foul line or just work from inside out. And unfortunately, the 3 didn't fall tonight, but I just tried to stay aggressive.
Tyler, 12 points, 3 rebounds tonight. Rebounding was a battle tonight. Can you talk about how it was inside tonight?
Well, first of all, it was a very physical game. You know, from the start, we knew that, you know, before the game even started, but it was a battle in there, and you know, those guys are big, but that's not an excuse to let them get boards. You know, we were fighting in there, but you know, I think, like Coach said, there were a couple that we had, and we just couldn't, kind of 50-50 balls where we never came down with them, and they ended up capitalizing on those. So that was a big part of the game, was rebounding. That's one thing we always talk about. I haven't seen the totals yet on the rebounding, but
you actually out-rebounded them 28-25.
Well, it didn't seem like it. Those guys are big, good athletes, but that, you know, I think that goes to show how our guys are. You know, how, you know, tough our guys are, and you know, how we'll fight for each other, and it doesn't matter who's out there, but it's one thing Coach has is we're always working on is rebounding.
Coach, if you can talk about what this program did with you know, they come down here and play these 2 games, and like you kind of mentioned, it kind of seemed the same to me. There were, you know, sometimes you made a hustle play and then kick it to a corner and you don't hit that 3. And a couple of times it looked like you have a sure steal and they hit a 3. And those can happen over the course of the season, as you know. But for you to come in and to play Midwestern the way you did and then have something left to give, you know, a seasoned team a game, just what do you think about these guys in the program, what they did?
Well, I'm very proud of that. I mean, we tried not to really emphasize, you know, how quick the turnaround was. We just had a game to play, and that needed to be our focus, our preparation. But, you know, in hindsight, I think we'll reflect on this year and be proud, being our first year to be eligible for the postseason NCAA Division II. And the thing that's great about AJ and Tyler is for the last 2 years, we've looked forward to this opportunity, and it's hard just to get here. And there's a lot of really good teams that don't get to even come and play in this, and then to have that win that we had last night can be program changing in terms of confidence and belief. And, you know, and then you turn around, you have Tarleton, who's a perennial, you know, at the regionals every year. They just plan in advance, I'm sure. And to really, you know, feel like we can play the game, didn't play our best, I do want to give them credit. But, you know, I feel like if we play, you know, can play a little better, then, you know, it's a game we can win. And so I think we represented our school and our conference very well. And, you know, it took a good effort and a good performance to beat us. And I'm proud of the fight. The competitor in me is extremely disappointed. You know, these guys and, you know, you guys that are around teams know that how much time and energy they put into a season, how much you're together. So it abruptly ends, and it will that way for everyone but, you know, one team. And when it's your turn, you just are, you know, looking to make sure you don't have any regrets. So very fortunate to coach AJ the last 4 years, puts his heart and soul on the line every time he steps out there. Matt Alford. So we lose 2 critical seniors, and you know, the rest of the guys I'm sure this will be something that'll, something to build on, hopefully.
AJ, we've given seniors on non-advancing teams a chance to talk a little bit about their career, the ups and downs, and what you'll take away from that career. Could you do that for us as well?
Well, yeah. Coming in as a freshman, it was, you know, something new. I didn't know if I would play a lot or, you know, if coach liked me or whatnot. But, I mean, he came in there, just told me to work hard, and day by day I got better from year 1 to year 4. And, I mean, the 2 years where we couldn't play postseason, those were tough because obviously everybody wants to go postseason. But, I mean, we just stayed working hard and working in the offseason and working towards this goal, which was, I mean, it's a wonderful feeling. Of course, we would like to win this game against Tarleton, but credit to them, they played well. And, I mean, it's a blessing, honestly, to be here and to be able to even compete with these 2 teams that we played. I mean, we practice and we lace up our shoes and we put on our jersey just like they do. And so every game we have a chance to win. And, I mean, we got to give credit to the coaches and my teammates because I couldn't do it without them. And they got me to where I'm at now. And, I mean, I just thank them and I thank God, honestly. So
That's good.
Any other questions from the floor? All right. Gentlemen, thank you. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.